Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 52 of my Billionaire Minecraft series, where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mods 6 mod pack in Modern Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I'm going to build upon the system that I built in the last episode, and I'm going to turn the liquids that I have gotten from my foundry here into diamonds and gold ingots. So let's get started. So first off, let's take a look at what we have acquired over the last about 48 hours in real time. So I have a lot of this molten debris, which I am actually not going to be using today, but the molten gold and the molten diamond I will be turning into gold ingots and diamonds. So let's get started with that. So for the diamonds, it's actually really easy. If I just take the molten diamond and I pour it into a casting basin, I get blocks of diamonds. So that's going to be how I'm going to start the process, and then I'm going to send those diamonds through a multi-servo press with an unpacking die and get the diamonds. So let's start with that. So the first thing I want to do is I actually need to set up an area to actually put down my casting or seared casting basins. So I'm just actually going to do it, I think, right here, right next to the foundry itself. And let me give just a little bit of space here between so that I do have a little area here. And so first off, I'm actually going to rip a hole right here. And yeah, let's do that. And I need to put down some hoppers. And that's because if I remember right, the hoppers can pull things out of the seared casting basins and the casting tables. So we're going to start out with that. So we're going to have the hoppers. Let's have them face this way. And I might actually need to replace the hoppers, but I don't think I will. I might actually have to have the hoppers go down into some ultimate logistical transporter, but I think they will be able to handle the throughput here. So we'll put the casting basins on top of these guys right here. And then I just need to hook these up to this right here. I need to get the liquid into the casting basins. So let's work on that right now. So let's grab the ultimate mechanical pipe here, and let's just do something like this. So this is actually should hook up very simply. I just need to extract the diamond into the casting basins, and it should be able to flow through just fine. So let's see if that's the case. So there we go, and it immediately flows into the casting basins. It does take a little while to harden, so that is, yeah. And let's see if that works. So they're still not hardened. They are hardened now. And yeah, these hoppers should be more than enough to actually get all of the diamonds out in time for the next cycle. So that's pretty cool. So the next thing I need to do is I need to set up the multi-servo press here. And I think I'm going to do that. This is not going to be the prettiest thing in the world, but we'll do that right here. And I do need to get the multi-servo press. I need to get an energy, and I need to get the items out into it. So what I'm going to do for the items, and I should be able to do the ultimate logistical transporter here. This is not going to be the prettiest thing in the world, but it should work just fine. So what I'm going to do is input in the back there, and we're going to output to the top, and we can auto output there. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm actually going to disconnect this particular portion of it, and that should be just fine. To be honest, I might actually be able to do away with the hoppers if and let me check if this is actually going to work, because this should work. So let me get rid of this hopper real fast, and let me grab the ultimate logistical transporter, and let's see if I can pull this diamond out through a connection on the top side here. Okay, so yeah, that didn't want to place down for whatever reason. If I go ahead and tell it to pull, it does. Okay, so actually, you know what? My other system works just fine, so I'm not going to worry about changing it. Definitely could if I wanted to. So let's go ahead and drop down here. Let's put that hopper back. And let's just run it as I originally had it kind of designed here, because it should be just fine. So we should have diamond blocks in here at some point. I do need to go ahead and tell this to pull out of this hopper here. So we should have more diamond blocks in here. It's cool. Let's go ahead and replace this concrete, and I do need to get this thing energy, so let's grab the ultimate universal cable and let's do that real fast. So down here somewhere, it should be right here. And I just need to run it to over there because that's where my where my energy is actually at. So let's figure out a way to do this. Actually, being in water is helping me not be so floaty. So let's just run that down from right there. We'll run that over. Let's get rid of that extra piece there. And that should be good. So we should have energy over here. So cool. That looks good. Let's place a Supreme Black Hole unit on... actually, let's do this first because I want the diamonds, not the blocks of diamonds. And then I can go ahead and place a Supreme Black Hole unit on top. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back to my main base and sleep, and I will be back when it is the daytime. So it looks like this system is working pretty well. I do want to upgrade the multi-servo press, and we're just going to add resonant integral components as well as some flux linkage amplifiers. So that'll just speed up the process a little bit more. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make gold ingots out of the molten gold I have here, and I'm going to be using a different process for that. I'm going to be using the blast chillers from the thermal series of mods with ingot casts. So let's go ahead and find an area for these. Let's set them up over here, and let's actually use the flux bore here because it should be faster. Not a lot faster, but it is faster. So what I'm going to do is kind of just mirror what I have over here and make two lines here, and I'm going to use this for energy conduit underneath the machines themselves. So let's grab the ultimate universal cable and let's run this here. And before I actually run it right here, I'm actually going to drop down and connect this up real fast. And I think it'll be easier if I do that and then come back up here. Okay, cool. And if I need more, I will have to go get some more from my modular storage unit over there, but that should be good for right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up these blast chillers. And I should have grabbed a red print. Do I have a red print with me? I don't think I do. So that's kind of unfortunate. I'm not going to run back and get one, I don't think. You know what? I might. And actually, I can use a red print in a way that I don't know if I've used it before in the series. But you don't have to use it in your offhand as you're placing the machines down. You can also use it in your primary hand and just use it to right click on the machines after you have configured the red print itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do that. So let's set up this first blast chiller. It's going to be insert on the back, and let's do output to the top. You know what, let's do that opposite. Let's do input on the top and output to the middle here. And we don't need auto input or output. In the middle I am going to have the ultimate logistical transporters. And these are going to be where the items are pulled out, and they will be pulled into just a Supreme Black Hole unit here. And so let's set that up, might as well. And I am going to need an ingot cast in here. So let's also grab the ultimate mechanical pipe here, and let's place that down. And that will just be run on the top of the blast chillers. And that will come from this right here. We're going to just grab the molten gold, run it over, and then hook it up like so. So that should work pretty well. So let's get back up here. That'll be easier. And so let's actually grab those red prints super quick. Sorry if you're getting a little stutter here, but this shouldn't take but just a second here. So red prints are super amazing because they allow you to quickly configure lots of thermal expansion machines here. So hopefully your stutter has stopped by now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift click away from anything. So that should clear the red print that I had configured before. And I'm just going to right click on the machine that has settings already. And so now I'm just going to right click on the rest of these machines. And that should be good to go. It should configure all of them as they need to be. So that makes that super simple. So now what I need to do is I need to actually start pulling the gold out of this right here. So we're going to do that right here. So as we can see, which one has the ingot cast? This one has the ingot cast. It is starting to make gold ingots here. So that's really cool. This does take a little while to do, apparently. I've actually never used this in this configuration. But there we go. There's the first gold ingot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and speed up this process by adding a resonant and recoil component to all of the blast chillers, as well as flux linkage amplifiers. So now also I need to go ahead and tell these to output, or I need to pull the gold ingots out of all of these right here, like so, with my configurator and my ultimate logistical transporters. And I need to make sure not to have them on the wrong setting, as in the ultimate logistical transporters. So there's that. So what I'm going to do, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do this off camera, is I am going to go ahead and configure all of the blast chillers to having an ingot cast and then these upgrades right here. And that's going to take just a little bit. And once I have that done, I will be right back. I have all of the blast chillers configured. And as we can see, I'm getting gold ingots from the blast chillers. I have 3,500 almost gold ingots from the system already, so that's pretty fantastic. I also decided to move my Supreme Black Hole unit with diamonds over to the side just because I think it looks a little bit better there. And for whatever reason, when I did that, I picked up this Supreme Black Hole unit. The diamonds, for whatever reason, would no longer move from the multi-servo press into the Black Hole unit. So I just replaced it, and so that's why the number is so low and why it's actually lower than the gold ingots right now. So yeah, I think that is a pretty finished build. I know I didn't do a whole lot today, but there wasn't a whole lot left to do. So basically the system over here, it spawns blazes, and right now I actually have it shut off. In between episodes, I just added this redstone lever here that allows me to activate the system from outside of the cage. There's a blaze spawner in there that I set up in the last episode, and yeah, that lever right there allows me to spawn blazes, and let's actually do that super quick. So yeah, when I pull that lever, blazes spawn in there, and then they are then killed by the smeltery, which gives blazing blood, which goes over here. And I actually added a few of the Supreme Black Hole tanks between episodes for the blazing blood and for the lava. But other than that, the system is unchanged from the last episode. Just some tanks there, just for buffers. Okay, so this creates the blazing blood. The blazing blood comes over here and is used to melt down the ancient debris. And the reason why I chose blazing blood for this tank rather than just lava is because the ancient debris actually needs a high enough temperature. It needs a temperature higher than 1000 degrees Celsius, which is what lava provides. As we can see, the temperature for the blazing blood is 1500 degrees Celsius, and that allows me to melt the molten debris into molten gold, molten diamond, and molten debris. So that is really, really cool. And then I took the gold and turned it into ingots, and the diamonds and turned it into, or the molten diamond, and turned it into diamonds. So that is a really cool system in my opinion. So in today's episode, I set up the finishing step in this system, which is this right here. Just turning the molten gold into gold ingots, and then the molten diamond into diamonds. And that's a pretty, I think, unique solution or unique way to make gold ingots and diamonds. So if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, let me know down in the comments below, as I do read all of the comments. If you enjoy watching large-scale automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.